that who you're expecting tonight?
Well, I was hoping to have Ron. Joanne texted me and said that they had a community event to attend. So she's not going to make it. But 4 is a good number.
It is. I missed last time. I really regretted it.
Us too.
Yeah. Well, that makes
Yeah,
me
we
feel.
missed it too, completely.
I had it on my calendar, but on my phone, but I only had it beep at me, and it's too easy to ignore that.
Especially with all the noise he's been making.
Yeah, so I've got a much more obnoxious sound that comes out now. So I shouldn't miss them in the future, as long as I get them on the calendar.
Well, I had it on my mind, but my mind is not good enough. So I put up
Well, you
my,
think of it in the
No.
morning and then you get busy during the day. And
yeah,
yeah.
it was. Yeah, I was thinking it'd be even like at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, but
Jim, do you get a lot of spam calls?
On my cell phone or on the house phone?
Cell phone.
I don't get a lot on my cell phone. Maybe an average of 1 a day, maybe not even that.
I get numerous ones per day. I don't know why they can't stop these people.
have you done the no call list?
Yeah, did that many years ago.
Yeah, I think that expires after a while. I think I have to do John's phone because he gets more than I do, like sometimes 2 or 3 a day.
I'll have to try that.
But the kind of characters that we don't want to hear from generally don't care about the do not call list.
True.
They're just going through numbers and
A lot of the ones that I get are people that want to sell me insurance or gutters or something.
For us, the big one is extending your car's warranty.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think I'll extend the warranty on my Xterra
Yeah.
with 287,000 miles on it.
That what you
Carol-
have?
Yeah.
Okay.
Carol saw a good thing to do with spammers. Somebody figured out how to set up a cost so that anybody that calls them on the phone has to pay per minute. And so when a spam caller calls, they keep them on the line and they wind up having to pay for the phone call in the minutes that they're talking.
apparently these people actually make money doing that. They have a separate phone that they give out, like, you know, to all these, fill out a form and they want a phone number. And a lot of places sell those numbers. So they just give out the number of that phone, and they do answer the phone. But any of the telemarketers, they keep them on so that they get charged back. And
So
they
they
make
have a-
money on it.
They have a separate line for it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but you'd have to be awfully devoted to doing that.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Time on your hands.
Plus you'd have to pay for the second line.
Right, but they're making money, you know, they're paying for
Yeah.
the second line plus
Yeah,
making money on it, which,
well, good for them.
yeah, they can do it. Maybe it'll help the rest of us.
Yeah.
Not that it'll stop anybody. They'll just find a new way.
So Diane, are you in Florida or is Jean still in Hutchinson?
Dean's still in Minnesota.
Really? Wow.
You had snow.
It keeps coming in and out here.
Yeah, we had about 1.5 inches over the weekend, but just a real light dusting today.
And is it still on the ground or did it all melt?
From over the weekend, it melted because it got up to mid-40s yesterday. But we're supposed to be in the 30s pretty much for the next week for highs. So
I'm staying inside.
Yeah. Got all
I
your,
have to go on a road trip Friday. My sisters and I are going down to Dyersville Friday. Going to see some relatives down there
Down where?
in Dyersville,
Oh,
my hometown.
does Bernice have a marker on her grave?
No,
Just unmarked?
yeah, it's just that hillside.
Gert, have you heard anything from Marlene?
no, I haven't. My fault too, because the phone works both ways. I know
Yeah,
she doesn't answer after like 7 o'clock in the evening. Or so. That's about when I'm winding down to make a phone call or two.
yeah.
And now
Yeah. I
Alyssa
guess my
doesn't,
phone works too. I can call her.
yeah. Alyssa doesn't live with her anymore, so she doesn't get the emails like she used to.
Oh, she doesn't. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, Alyssa and Luke bought a home right
Oh.
before Christmas last year, I think.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah. So is she in that big house by herself then?
Well, her sister is still with her.
Oh,
And-
okay.
Now, I don't know if Kurt will be coming back this winter or not, but he has spent winters there.
Okay.
His job is a summertime job.
Marlene. Oh. I didn't think
And I heard that
Marlene
Ann
was in
and
the
Mark
office.
have bought Ron's house in Sioux City.
I heard that too.
Her sister's living with her now.
I think they're moving this month.
Oh, cool.
I imagine Ron feels good about that.
Yes.
Probably does, yeah.
And it's just right at hop, skip and jump to Ann's Goodwill store.
right.
Yeah. Of course, she's going to be getting closer to retirement soon, shouldn't she?
You would think so. Some people never do.
I don't know.
Well, let's see, Ann's is about the same age as Peggy, right?
Yep.
So I think, if I remember correctly, Peggy's 6 years younger than I am, so that would mean they're around 65 or 66, so.
Yep.
So they should be eligible for retirement, whether they do or not.
My kids are getting close to that too.
Amazing how that
Amazing,
happens.
isn't it?
Oh, it is.
And ours are saying, oh, we wish we could retire. Jennifer's going to be 50 next month. It's like, whoa,
Yeah,
how can that be?
right.
Yeah, she must be the same age as Molly because Molly
Yeah.
turns 50 in March.
Hmm. Do you pay for these, Mike?
No, I don't. I just use the free subscription.
I thought so, but I didn't want you putting money out.
They'll probably kick us off in about half an hour.
Okay,
From now, that is.
Well, Jim's just about, I think he's finished with his deconstruction and now he has to start reconstructing.
What
What
are you doing
area?
now?
He's-
I'm doing the floor in the kitchen and dining room.
Uh-huh. What is it now? Is
See-
it tile?
The kitchen was vinyl and the dining room was oak boards. So I'm gonna put oak down again, but we wanted the same in the kitchen and the dining room, so it flowed through. So I took up the floor in the dining room, which I didn't really want to do, but it's going to look a lot better having it all the same.
And he managed to save the wood. He,
Yeah, so hopefully somebody can reuse it.
Yeah, I took
but it
about,
was, you know, narrow red oak, and we're putting down wide plank white oak.
Sounds pretty.
He did the family room 2 years ago, and we really like it. It's a different kind of a finish. It's an oiled wax finish. So it's not varnished at all. So if you get a damaged spot, you just fix that area. You don't have to redo the whole floor. Hopefully it's as good as it sounds.
Yes.
is it solid wood that you're putting back, or is it engineered, or?
It's an engineered wood, but there's no man-made product. It's all wood. But the top surface is white oak. It's about 4 millimeters thick.
We were thinking we wanted solid until we talked to the guy, and he said, you know, you have nails in it, you know, or staples in it, you can only sand it down once, and then you're hitting that. So it's not any different than the composite,
Yeah,
or what do you call it?
engineered.
Engineered.
Yeah.
I would think the engineered would be less prone to warping.
It's supposed to be, yeah.
But this kind of flooring, they apparently use it in the warehouses in Europe, if you can imagine.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So it's like, okay, maybe I won't be as rough on it as a forklift driving over it.
I've used, on some of my industrial projects, I've used this 4-inch thick wood floor that is end grain.
Oh, wow. That should be pretty durable.
Yeah, durable, it's sandable, and it absorbs shock a lot better than other floors.
What about when something is spilled on it? Doesn't it just suck it right up?
Don't really care that much in an industrial setting.
Hmm.
They finish it on the, so it doesn't absorb as long as the finish
Sure.
holds up.
Yeah.
Once the finish wears down, why, then it will absorb.
It's interesting, isn't it, with all the amazing products we have out there, that a wood product like that is still the preferable thing.
Yeah,
God made the good stuff.
That he did.
So Jim, are you in charge of changes for the book, or is Katrina still?
Katrina is.
Okay, so send
I sent her
changes.
the file from the last one, so she has it all.
Okay, we have some kids moved. So, and we
Okay.
have a great grandson also.
We might have one kid moving.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, not far. Jennifer and Martin might be, well, it's pretty certain now they're gonna be buying his mother's house.
oh,
And then it's kind of like a duplex. It looks like a single family home, but Martin grew up in the house with his cousins living in the top area. So a cousin of his has had was a only child, and she inherited that part. And Martin's mother lives on the lower part yet. And the house was built right after World War II and hasn't been updated at all. I think a little bit up in the upper part, but Jennifer and Martin are going to live in the upper part. And that way they can help Beta, his mother, because she's 96 and,
Wow.
needs help. So in fact, Jennifer, they're thinking March or April, they'll be able to start with, there's a lot of work that has to be done before they can move in, but Jennifer's gonna set up an area in one room on like the second floor. So where she can set up her office for her translating business, because she knows Beta's gonna be so nervous and upset with all the workmen there. They actually, on the third floor, have to take the roof off to
Oh,
do
wow.
insulation and stuff. So it's gonna be a big thing.
Is it in the same town that she is now?
It's like what?
About block and a half, 2 blocks from where they live.
And are they renting currently?
Yeah, they're in a 2-floor apartment in an apartment building. They're like on the what, third.
They're on the third floor.
Third and fourth,
Third and fourth, yeah.
yeah.
Do you know whether they have leaseholds or freeholds on the ownership of the property? In England or in some places in Europe, they have leaseholds. You don't buy you buy the property, but you only get it for 99 years and then it reverts back to the original seller.
I don't know that they have those there. I had not heard anything about that.
It's like after 99 years, who's the original seller?
Well, the previous seller, I guess.
But one of the things that is kind of odd there is when a person passes away and they have property, it's split up into their descendants. Like if they have 4 kids, each of them get a quarter. And then when one of them dies, it gets split up. And so some things, you know, they might have a plot of land of 5 acres and one person will own a half an acre in this. It keeps getting split up and it doesn't stay in one
piece.
One piece. So consequently, the ownership title and stuff gets really complicated over there.
Yeah, you've
Yeah.
Yeah. sounds like
Martin's
it.
mother
been there.
owns various little plots on the
This one.
Tooling or the hillside on one end of town. Little plot here and a little plot there. And people, you know, they'll bring her some apples or something like that. They let their cows graze there and there's that wild apple trees and stuff. And they'll bring her some apples or something once in a while. She just has these little bits of land here and there. But I think now it's changed. They do, you know, like Jennifer and Martin have a will and it's different now than what it used to be. But getting that all figured out, you know, with all those little pieces of property is kind of a mess. I know they had a difficult, they've been working on buying this house for the last year and a half.
I may have told this story before, but looking at the Gergen family tree, if you go back about 6 or 7 generations, there was a woman named Gergen who married a man, I forget his last name, but they lived in a town where the custom was that if a man marries a woman in the town and lives in the town, they go by her last name.
It's
So the name Gergen was inherited. It wasn't their original maternal or paternal line family name.
Some places had it right, huh?
I love it when you go to the because they were always doing something in it.
Are you warm, Jeannie? Jean? Are you warm? It looks like you got a blanket on. Or is it just a puffy sweater?
Can you hear Mike talking, Diane? Diane, we
cuts
can't
in
hear
and out.
anything. Pardon?
She said it cuts in and out.
Oh.
Can you hear me?
I can now.
Now we can, yeah.
We were talking to Jean, wanting to know if she was
Okay,
cold,
good.
because it looks like she has a blanket on.
Yeah. Jim just got home, so maybe he can fix it for us.
Supposed
Tell
to
him to
get,
wave his magic twanger.
supposed to get cold in Omaha tonight, down to 24, I think,
Wow.
Oh,
Listen,
our coldest yet.
don't send it here.
So Gene, are you gonna stay in Minnesota all winter? Apparently. Not getting through.
That's-
Jim was asking Jean if she's gonna stay in Minnesota all winter.
Wait, Got a
She hasn't
furnace
decided yet
maintenance guy coming.
if you're gonna stay in Minnesota or not. You're gonna go back to Florida. She hasn't decided.
One day at a time. She sure looks good, Jean. You sure look good, always.
She said, "You ready?" Oh, thank you.
So have the chickens found their new home?
Let's see if Jim fixes. Jim?
Well, I pushed the wrong button. I can't see anybody anymore.
We're
Oh,
here.
we can see you.
Well, let's see here.
Obviously, I'm in the middle of a project. Yep, no worries. There, awesome.
You see him? Yep, he's on his way.
Quite a bit, just so I can get a good test. Sure.
No, you're right here. Jim just got back from Philadelphia.
All right. Put in some new components, more components? Yeah. There you go.
I think it was one of them's,
Jim's with a furnace guy. That was when they could get it, tonight was when they could get us in to get the furnace checked out. There was nothing wrong, but just to get it checked. You don't want to have that wait till it gets really cold and have it stop on you.
Oh, I didn't realize you're having problems.
No, we weren't having problems. It's just a maintenance check.
Oh, I see.
hello. Hey.
We didn't have anybody come last year, so we thought we should better do it this year.
Nope, you're right. It was pretty good earlier, but now I can hardly hear any. Let's say hi, while you're here.
Hi,
Oh, hi,
Jim.
Jim.
Oh. Our sound isn't really good. It's kind of choppy for some reason.
Yeah. So did you make
Is
the
our sound
long,
coming through to you okay?
yeah?
Give me a thumbs up.
much.
Our sound's okay.
She couldn't earlier, but Mike could.
Okay.
So did you make the long drive to the cities today?
I'm not hearing many things. Let me see if I can get a phone in on the Zoom. Hang on for a second.
That's probably gonna end by the time you get in. Nope, he's gonna go get his phone and if he can get on that.
Diane. What's the
Gert.
picture above you? What is the picture above you? Behind you, the picture on the wall. Not getting it.
At least at the beginning, I could hear a little more. If I sit down with. Nope.
You're coming through this way.
Not hearing any anyway.
Well, Gert's on here too.
Yeah.
I'm missing out on everybody. Dang it.
Peggy didn't. Oh.
Huh.
Judy Peggy's gonna be on. Might have had her wait. Warm up.
You have house full for Thanksgiving?
I think we'll have Ellie and Matt and the girls. I think
Yeah,
usual plan is that Justin and Murray go to Wisconsin for Thanksgiving, and then they stay here for Christmas and get flip-flops at Christmas then. That Justin they stay here for Christmas and Ellie and Matt go to Wisconsin. Did he have a mask on?
well, I think we're getting together on Saturday after Thanksgiving. Kids
Okay,
Kids like to make their own turkeys. Sames.
because everybody has a different plan, right?
Yeah, it's family time.
Yeah. For us, it's all vegetarian.
Yeah,
Both households are vegetarian, so.
yeah,
And I don't like to cook turkey anyway. I don't like turkey, so I'm good.
a lot of good vegetables out there.
And grains and stuff, yeah.
Hey, Jim.
Hey,
Well, now I can hear you. I got on a laptop.
Yeah, oh, I thought I did.
Okay, we'll see how the sound is now.
I think we've got double sound from you if you want to shut the other one down.
Yeah,
Or
let me put this in the other one. Diane's gonna pour down her tab. What's your password? Yeah, probably. Okay. All right, Diane's gonna do a hard stop on her tablet, so.
it was being stubborn, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah. Jim was telling me the other week, we've got to get new phones because we're going to be out of date. Like, I hate to change a
I know.
perfectly good phone,
are you Android or Apple?
Android.
We're Android and they're 3G, so I know 3G is going
Oh,
away.
wow. Oh. Yeah, Diane's got an Apple and I think how old is that phone, Di? It's old, so she but I'm not an Apple person, so I can't really help her. So she's got to have her kids help her with them because I don't talk that language.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely different.
Yep. So I've got a Galaxy 9 and I cracked my case like a year or two ago. It's pretty bad, so I'm thinking I should justify getting another one. Of course, Costco has a big sale on now.
Sale
The
on
down
what?
rev. So we'll see.
Yeah, I was going to check into Xfinity. They've got some pretty good plans. And see what, I think we're gonna probably go right up to 5G. I'm tired of getting obsolete platforms.
It used to be that way with our computers. Remember, you'd have to buy ahead. That way in Microsoft, we would get these service packs. We finally ran out of, but now I think all the hardware is fine for anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, my iPad says it can't upgrade to the latest iOS operating system anymore. It's too old. It's an iPad Air. So probably have to upgrade that. I think they'll give me a trade-in for it.
They don't want to lose you, I'm sure of that.
Well, the other reason that Jim's looking at, or the things that he's looking for in a phone is he wants something that we can just buy a package that we can use it in Europe when we're over there.
Oh, right.
Buy
Oh,
time over
yeah.
there. Otherwise we've managed with, hooking into Wi-Fi and stuff, but
Right, yeah. Yeah, we've been longtime T-Mobile family. I don't know, it just seems we had so many lines. They didn't have the best connection. Verizon was better. But I
Mhm.
think T-Mobile was based on the European technology. So I was convinced, well, hey, I'm ready for Europe, but we've
it
never.
is, I think it's a Swiss company, isn't it?
I don't know. It could be, but I know it's whatever the technology is, it's a lot more used in Europe.
When I had T-Mobile, I know I stopped into one of the ones over there because I was having trouble getting, there was a problem using my phone. So it is,
Did they
I think
help
it's
you?
a Swiss company.
Did
It
they help?
originated over there.
To help you, okay?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay,
It
good.
was something that I needed to contact the T-Mobile back here about, but they were able to tell me what I needed to do.
Okay.
Yeah, but that was quite a few years ago. We've been using a small company called Republic and had really cheap, was it like $20 a line?
Yeah, which you right when the sound cut out, right when you named the company. What was the company?
Republic.
Oh, I've never heard of them.
Yeah, it's real small. Justin and Murray put us onto it.
Okay.
We've had that quite a few years.
And is that okay
but-
for traveling the nation?
Some areas,
It's pretty marginal in some areas.
Oh,
yeah.
kind of like T-Mobile.
Oh, okay, yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know a couple years ago I had a work phone because I didn't want my personal stuff have their information. So I had a work phone that was Verizon. I had a T-Mobile, and it seemed like some places one would work and the other one wouldn't. So that way I was covered.
Yeah. Yeah, I know when we used to drive down to Dyersville, I would just count on once I left Rochester until I got into Dyersville, I had nothing.
Yeah, we had a problem with Iowa that way too. It's like Sioux City was like a dead zone. It's like, come on, this is not a small little town. You should have something figured out.
Yeah.
But-
Yeah, and it was that way with the phone, the Republic plan too. And even when we were in Galena, the weekend after Sister Bernice died, we stayed around, so we'd be there for the Monday funeral. And I think I couldn't get I think I almost had to stand on top of something. I had to cancel an appointment I had for on Monday with my dentist, and I almost had to stand on a bench or something,
Wow.
trying to,
You have to be your
barely
own
get a
cell
signal.
tower.
Huh.
yeah.
I just got a 2-minute warning, so before we get cut off, I want to thank everybody for tuning in.
Yeah.
And
Well,
happy
thanks
Thanksgiving.
for organizing, Mike, and I hope everybody has a good Thanksgiving, and probably we'll see you again before Christmas.
Okay.
Good.
Those of us that remember.
Yeah.
I was gonna say too, real quick, that we called Monica to see if Monica could have somebody help Marlene get on one of these.
Oh,
And so Monica's really not into this, right? But she thought, well, she was gonna get somebody to help out, so I'll have to call her again because
Yeah,
I'd
that
like to
would
hear
be
from
nice,
Marlene.
especially for Christmas.
Yeah.
how's Monica doing?
What'd you say, Di?
That's good. Yeah.
She seemed like her same bubbly self. She's
She is good, isn't she? Yeah.
she's full of energy. Yeah. Can't really think of anything major. No, was that about a month ago? Yeah, but it was good. She got word, we called her. You know, sometimes we don't hear from people for a long time. It's like, oh, what's this about? And said, hey, this is not, we're trying to make a connection with you. So
Yep.
Good for you. Well, hi to Marita for me, Mike.
Okay, I will. When she gets home, I'll tell her.
Okay.
Good night, Jeannie.
hi, Gene.
Bye,
night.
Gene.
Good night. Good night, Jim.
Good night, Gert.
Good night, Mike. Thank you.
Good night, John Boy.